Yo, what's good people? In this video, I'm going to be walking you through my new audio plugin Layerizer. I'll be breaking down what it is, what it does, how you can use it in your production, and how I personally use it as part of my workflow to turn melodies from this into this. If you don't know me, I'm Cactus. My beats have been used by artists such as Gigs, K-Trap, Noisy, and more. And Layerizer is my first official audio plugin built from the ground up to help you improve your melodies. So let's get straight into it. Okay, so what is Layerizer? Layerizer is an audio effect plugin that was built to make your melodies sound more interesting. And it does that by combining a specific chain of effects to create what's called texture. Some people think of texture as things like raindrops, thunderstorm, or foley that you'd add to a melody. But producers refer to texture as those weird artifacts or sounds that you can't really describe but just make something sound really interesting. You can create texture by manipulating audio in various ways, for example, by pitching, resampling, or just warping the melody in various ways to achieve a unique sound. The reason you want texture is because it makes your melody stand out. So if you make a melody that's straight from a plugin with no effects, sometimes it can sound a bit too cheap or too basic, and it might work for a certain sound, but for the most part, those melodies that have texture in them just sound really unique, and it captures a listener's attention without them even realizing what it is. I always wanted people to listen to a melody and wonder how I got to that point. For example, a lot of my melodies that were used by major artists weren't just standard piano or guitar melodies. They were melodies that had a lot of processing involved to achieve a unique sound. Take this one for example. So this loop got me some of my biggest placements. And when you hear that, you can't really describe what it is. But when you break apart the loop, you can see there's a sub bass, a bell, some vocals, some woodwinds, and then texture like this. These are those layers that really make it stand out. And describing that to someone is pretty tricky. Before Layerizer, I spent a lot of time trying to achieve that sound. I'd manually pitch melodies, manually time stretch it, and then stack up like 5 different effects to try and create something like that. And that's why I built Layerizer, so that it would just instantly do it for you. Let me give you an example. So let's say you just made this melody. Sounding good, sounding catchy. We've just got guitar, violin, and bass. So let's say you like that, but you just feel like it's missing something. Maybe it's missing some high end, or it's missing a layer that you could use in a part of the beat that would have more excitement, like the hook. Or maybe you think it's just missing a sound that would make it stand out compared to being basic instruments. We can send this to an empty insert and then add Layerizer. We'll send the bass to a different insert because I only want to affect the main instruments. Now instantly, if you want to make that interface bigger, you can just drag it by the corner. I made the initial preset with ease of use in mind, so I wanted you to be able to just open Layerizer and instantly get a better sound. So if you didn't want to tweak anything, you could just leave this default preset. This will add a nice high-end shine and texture to your melodies. If I turn it off, and now on, you hear that whole new layer it's giving it. Now it's got some nice high end, some shine. It sounds really interesting. I'm going to break each part down, but it's good to know that you can just use the default preset if you instantly want a better sound. Notice that the mix is at 20% for this one. So it means you've got 80% of the dry signal, which is your original melody, and 20% of the wet signal, which is the effect Layerizer is giving it. If I bring the mix to 100, you're just going to hear the effect. I'm going to mute the bass so you can hear it more clearly. So that's that shine and texture I'm talking about. And that's not even using all the features. So let me show you how this works. I'm going to reset everything just by double clicking. So Layerizer uses a very specific chain of effects to achieve that textured sound. And before I developed this plugin, I had to try and achieve this manually by doing things like pitching my melody up, time stretching it, and then adding a long chain of effects. And now I can do it all within one plugin, which just saves so much time. And there's also some really unique features that you can't get with stock plugins, which I'll get to soon. So with the purpose being to create a unique textured layer to make your melodies more interesting, we want to separate this from the original. So to do that, we can use is octave shifting. This essentially takes your melody and brings it up a whole octave. So it stays in the same key, but it's just an octave up, or 12 semitones. If you don't know what an octave is, if you look at the keyboard, I have the scale C minor highlighted, and an octave would just be going from any note up to the next one in the scale. For example, C4 up to C5. You're in the same key, but you're just playing higher up. And when you pitch a melody up that high, you're going to create some artifacts that you can't create with MIDI because you warp in the actual audio file. So it's almost going to start to break apart the melody, but in a good way, because we want to create that separation. So we start by selecting an octave. Now we're starting to get that sampled vibe. If we go up 2 octaves, it's really going to warp the melody, but with intention, because we'll bring it back down later. So now we're getting that screechy sound, but it's breaking apart the melody. But now we can add time stretch. So time stretch is essentially slowing down the melody and looping it over time. We can change that loop. So we can use anything from a 16th to 4 bars. For example, half bars, full bar, 2 bars. I like to set this to around 1 or a half. They're my favorite. Then if you really want to make it intense, you could drag this up to 4 times, and that will add another instance of time stretch. So you're doubling it up. It's just really going to stretch it. So that might be cool to add in a bridge. I'm going to keep it on 2 times. So now if you look, we've pitched it up 2 octaves, but we've added time stretch. So now it's giving us the effect of bringing it back down an octave. So really, we're an octave apart from the original. If you listen to the original now. Now on. It's just playing an octave up. Now we're going to add one of my favorite parts, which is grains. And grains is essentially granular synthesis. If you don't know what that is, granular synthesis takes micro chops of your sound and repeats it over time. This main dial is the mix level. So as we bring up, you'll start to hear those grains. This would be 100% mix, so you're only hearing the grains. And this is blending in. So I like to keep it somewhere around 20 to 30. The length determines the size of the grains. So if you bring this all the way to the left, they're going to be shorter chops. If you bring it to the right, there'll be bigger chops. And the trigger determines the space in between each chop. So all the way to the left, you're going to hear them repeating faster. All the way to the right, you'll hear a bit of a gap in between each one. Just so you can hear exactly what the grains are. Let's bring these to the left. So this is how you go for more of a sparkle effect. I'm liking that. This pitch dial is only going to pitch the grains themselves, not the actual melody. I usually like to pitch them up a full 12 semitones or an octave. And again, this is just going to separate the grains even more. There we go. Bring it up to like 60% if you want it to be a lot more intense. I think 30 sounds pretty good. But now it's sounding a bit too sharp and upfront, so I want to push it to the background and give it an environment. So that's why I've added reverb. Reverb has a default preset of a whole reverb, which sounds really nice. And this main dial is the mix level. Underneath, we can control the decay. So this will be how long the reverb lasts, essentially. It's the tail of the reverb. To the left will be tighter, and to the right, you'll hear it play for longer. Let's bring up the mix quite high. Now we get this spacious effect. I think 60 sounds good to me. So far, we've gone from this to this. Even that would give us a nice textured layer to blend back in. If we want to hear how it sounds layered, just bring down the mix. So I know we're going in the right direction, but I want to separate it further, so I'm going to introduce some auto pan. Like it says on the tin, it's going to automatically pan this new layer. If you bring it to the right, the pan will start from right to left. Bring it to the left, the pan will start from left to right. Bring it all the way to the left and you'll hear it go as wide as it can go from left to right, and the same for the right side. So if I play this, you might need headphones on to hear this. Now you're going to hear the whole thing panning over time. But if you want that less intense, we could use 50. And now you're going to still hear a focus down the middle, but you'll also hear it panning both sides. Underneath, you can choose how long you want that pan to last. So you could have it set to a full bar, or you could choose half bar. Make it a bit faster. You could use triplets. And a quarter. All the way down to quarter triplet. I usually like to have this set to a bar. About there sounds good to me. Now to make it even more spacious, we can use stereo separation. And this is going to make it sound a lot wider. Bring it all the way to the left. We're going to get a mono signal, so you'll just hear it down the middle. All the way to the right, you're going to hear how wide it gets. I think that sounds good. Now on to the most unique section, which is this central storm knob. Once we bring this up, things are going to get a lot more interesting because it's going to randomly pan and pitch some of the grains. So let's have a listen. All the way up. I like to keep this somewhere between 20 and 60 for the most part. I like it there. That's just going to make things sound a lot more unique, and it's something you just can't achieve with stock plugins. Next up, I like to filter this melody because the goal is to blend it back in with my original, and I don't want them to clash too much. I don't really need the low end because I've already got a bass layer and I don't want this to clash too much. So I'm going to bring this low cut or high pass up. About there. And I also think it's a bit sharp, so I'm going to take out some of the high end so we can use this high cut or low pass. That to me sounds really good. We can also control the input and output levels. So if you feel like the melody coming into Layerizer is too quiet, just bring this to the right. If it's too loud, bring it to the left. And then once you've done all your processing, again, if you think it's sounding too loud, you can bring this to the left to turn it down or bring it to the right to turn it up. It's really used for gain staging. I'm going to get into the presets soon and explain those a bit more, but I really like this new layer that we've created. So I'm going to render this out because you get a lot more control using audio. So I'm going to hit Shift and E to pull up Edison and just record this new layer in. Because now we can treat this as a whole new layer to our melody. So let's drag this back into the playlist. Turn Layerizer back off. With loads of processing, sometimes you might just need to bring it back a little bit. But now we have this whole new layer. Sounded good to me. Let's hear how this sounds. See, that new layer is crazy. Let's mute this so you can hear the difference. You hear how empty it sounds now compared to the one with the new layer. So maybe we could use this new layer for more excitement in the hook. It just picks up a lot of energy. So now we've got this textured layer without having to think of more notes. We can just use the existing melody and warp it in various ways to get this whole new layer. Sometimes I'll take this further and I might even stretch it more. So we could choose stretch mode, activate stretch here. And let's try and making it twice as fast. Could repeat this. I like that as well. Let's try it one more. That sounds cool as well. Sometimes I'll fade them in like this. But honestly, I like that standard layer. Let's turn that off just to show you some more examples. And I'm going to mute the violin and the bass again, just so you can hear exactly what's going on. We'll add Layerizer again, and now we're going to look at some presets. So we can use the drop down and select some from here. If you've tweaked something and want to save your own preset, you can do that by clicking add and then giving it a name. And it's really easy to import presets. So if you have Layerizer, you'll get free presets for life. Every time I make a tutorial and I tweak anything and I like the sound, I'll save it as a preset and you'll get it for free. All these presets were created by me, and it's to get a variety of different textured sounds that you can export and blend back in. But there's a mix of presets. Some will have the mix at 100%. those ones I'd recommend exporting and then blending back in like I just showed you. Some are designed to just give your melodies that instant shine, and usually they'll be the presets with the mix at around 20% or the mix a bit lower. For example, Cactus texture is one of my go-tos. This will be quite similar to what we just made. So I use this one a lot. I render that out and then blend it back in. We go for something darker to use in somewhere like the bridge. You could try it on vocals too. This one sounds amazing on vocals. Some have a few more grains. Some were designed for specific instruments. But then ones like this, sometimes you just want to give your melodies that instant shine. So this is off and on. With these ones, you don't need to think about them too much. You can just add the preset and leave it. You don't need to export anything. Same with this next one. This is one of my favorites. Just makes it sound way more interesting. So now on. This Lost in Space one is another favorite. Almost gives you this whole new pad. This Dimension one sounds cool. Here's another little trick. So sometimes what I'll do is actually reverse my main melody. Use Layerizer. And a preset like this will create a really nice sound. Now what we can do is render this one out. And when this is ready, we'll reverse the Layerizer layer and get rid of the reverse on the main melody. That way, they'll both be the same way around. But with the new layer, we're going to have a cool reverse effect. So let me show you. Turn Layerizer off, get rid of reverse here. Watch when we reverse this now. Might even pitch this one up. Maybe we just want to fade this one in. Let's bring the piano back in. See, now we've got one of those layers that sounds really unique. And it's these small things that will make a huge difference. Let me show you on something a little bit darker. So I've got this melody. Sounds good, but I feel like we could add another layer to it. And let's just use one of my other favorite presets. I like this intense piano texture. See, straight away we've got this weird texture sound. This one sounds wild. So this is before. Now after, we've got this whole new high-end layer. Let's try another one. Light Sparkle. And this one will work really well. Lost in Space has got to be one of my favorites too. I didn't want to design a plugin that has so many things to change that it becomes overwhelming and nobody tweaks anything. I just wanted there to be enough controls to make it usable and to achieve the sound I was looking for. And a lot of people ask me how I actually made Layerizer, if I used any AI to create it, or if the process was easy. There was no AI involved. I had to hire a developer to build this from scratch. I've been creating content for 6 years now, and I always wanted to create a plugin, but I never just wanted to put something out for the sake of it. It had to be something that would make my workflow easier, and it had to be something that I think you guys would truly benefit from. And for those of you that are familiar with my videos, you'd see me doing things like copying a melody, pitching it up a few octaves, adding some time stretch, and then stacking up loads of effects just to achieve the same sound that Layerizer can do instantly. So it was really to speed up that workflow. And it was only when I found myself using that same process over and over again that I came up with the idea to make a plugin that just does it for me. It took about 9 months to develop because there was so much back and forth with the developer to get the sound right. So even though it looks like a fairly simple plugin, there's so much that goes on under the hood. So I hope you all like it. I hope you can see why it could be a beneficial plugin. If you want to check it out, I'll leave a link in the description. I appreciate you all for watching, and if you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment below.